Hello, Nigeria. Welcome to Newsline. I am Becky Madujimu. Tonight's package is very entertaining. You will love it. Guess what we are starting with? No? Fashion. Now you're smiling. A runway event featuring Nigerian designs by Nigerian designers will leave a positive, lasting impression. Same way, a Broadway musical by stage actors tells the story of how far we have come in the arts. Then food. There's always something to salivate over on every edition of Newsline. This time, it's a buffet without all the syrupy, sweet, unhealthy stuff. We also have weddings. I'm talking 1, 2, 3, and many weddings. As for festivals, we intend to showcase the Ikeji, Aro, and Olojo festivals. Please make sure you finish with us, because at the very end, you will meet a family that fights for a living. Dad, mom, children, every one of them. But let's hold on for the news before our reports. Joseph Johnson, happy Sunday. Over to you.
Happy Sunday, Becky, and thank you very much indeed for joining us. The federal government has described as fake and sinister the report that the outbreak of monkeypox in some parts of the country resulted from those alleged free medical care by the government in the affected areas. A statement by the Special Assistant to the Minister of Information and Culture, Segun Adeyemi, urges Nigerians to disregard the report, which he said was the handiwork of some unscrupulous persons to fit into their sinister agenda. The federal government in the statement adds that it has not conducted any free medical service or care in either Bayelsa or Rivers State, as alleged in that fake report, so that could not have been the cause of the outbreak of monkeypox in both states. Explaining that monkeypox is a virus found only in monkeys and is rare in human beings, but belongs to the same family as chickenpox and smallpox. It notes that someone might have contracted it by eating monkey meat, which has triggered the current outbreak. He, however, assured that no effort will be spared in curtailing the spread of the disease. In line with the new policy thrust of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation in ensuring accountability, the Nigerian Gas Processing and Transportation Company Limited, a subsidiary of the NNPC, has declared a profit after tax of 15.8 billion naira for the year 2016. Chief Operating Officer, Gas and Power of the corporation, Seidu Mohammed, made this known while presenting the 2016 fiscal report at the 22nd Annual General Meeting of the company in Abuja.
2,500 kilometers, and we are going to build up on that to at least 3,500 by the end of 2019. So really, NGPTC is a company for everybody's delight, and everybody is invited really to appreciate and also be partner with NGPTC in making sure that our objective of getting gas to all corners of this nation is achieved. In terms of focus of attention, we can also optimize that to improve to lower cost and then improve our overall revenue performance.
A bit on politics. Now, the All Progressives Congress in Adamawa State has commended President Muhammadu Buhari for implementing the party's manifesto that is gradually transforming the country for the better. This was during the visit of the 21 local government chairmen to the party secretariat, Yola, to affirm their support for APC government at all levels. Rayanu Bala reports.
It was a visit to show solidarity to the APC government and its leadership, and that APC in Adamawa State is united to chart a course for the success of the party at all times. Chairman of APC Local Government Forum Adamawa State, Babangida Talase, among other party stakeholders, expressed satisfaction with the policies and programs of Buhari-led administration geared towards improving the well-being of the people, which is in line with the APC manifesto. They also appreciated the effort of the president at restoring peace in the Northeast, promoting good governance and the fight against corruption. Chairman APC Adamawa State Chapter Ibrahim Bilal said, the party will always support President Muhammadu Buhari and Governor Muhammad Umar Jibrilla in their quest to provide dividends of democracy to the people.
What the APC expects is for people to give them support so that they can deliver the dividends of democracy as we campaign during the 2015 general election.
In Yola, Rayanu Bala, NTA News.
Now, Two inmates of the Nigerian prisons in Enugu have escaped. Jude Abugu reports that the command has launched a manhunt to apprehend the escapees. One is identified as Lucky Sama Joseph, who escaped from the maximum security prisons in the early hours of Saturday.
Following the news of an alleged jailbreak in Enugu prisons, NTN News crew visited the facility to get a first-hand information on the developments. Efforts to speak with the controller proved abortive, as the controller was said to be attending to more pressing issues. However, a press statement signed by the Public Relations Officer of the command, ASP Emeka Monde, the command identified the two fleeing male inmates as Lucky Sama and Balogun Idiom Joseph, who were convicted for stealing and sentenced for 2 years early this year. The release assured the good people of the state and Nigerians that the prison formation in the state is calm and peaceful, while it is collaborating with other security agencies to ensure apprehension of the two fleeing inmates. In Enugu, Jude Abugu, NTN News.
Turning to environment matters now, the countries that are parties to the United Nations Climate Change Convention will have their major meeting, COP23, this November in Bonn, under the presidency of Fiji, a Pacific island that was hit by the strongest cyclone on record. The Federal Ministry of Environment held a stakeholders' national meeting preparatory to intimate delegates on Nigeria's stand and negotiating points. Aisha Bello Mustafa reports.
In readiness for COP23, the federal government has identified climate adaptation, finance, effective monitoring and adherence through the rulebook to the Paris Agreement and the objectives of the Climate Action Agenda as key issues.
The Paris Agreement will continue to be implemented up to 2020, up to 2030. But you have to have a guiding principles on how this will be implemented, with a target for its adoption in COP24 in Poland. So once we get that, and we already have our sectoral action plans, so invariably we are good to go as a nation.
In addition to negotiating with each other what we need, we should get what and so on, we also share a lot of best practices, experiences through the side events, which we can bring back home and use to help our country better than what we're doing.
Experts say COP23 provides the opportunity for developed countries to revisit their commitment to undertake pre-2020 actions. The deliverables could be the concrete progress or signal with regards to the ratification of the Doha Amendment to the Kyoto Protocol to enable entry into force of the second commitment period for emission reductions by developed countries and the operationalization of the $100 billion per year from 2020 and other resources for developing countries. Aisha Bello Mustafa, NTA News.
Card readers, backup data and capture machines in the headquarters of the Independent National Electoral Commission in Benin have been submerged by flood. This followed the downpour on Saturday that left the offices flooded. Agatha Iguarojo reports that staff of the commission have been at work trying to salvage what is left of the incident.
Of INEC at work on a Sunday, not for the normal official duties, but to clean up the offices. Though the flood has receded, the destruction is visible. Flood water from Lucky Way under construction and a housing estate close to INEC office at Aduwawa was said to have pulled down a part of the perimeter fence and took over the premises. All used and unused voters' register, ballot papers and boxes, as well as paperworks kept in the storehouse and strong rooms were destroyed. The IT section, where card readers are kept, was also affected.
We cannot really ascertain how bad it is presently, though we have randomly checked like 2 to 3 of the smart card readers. It came up. We're also praying that the effects will not be bad. But for our DDC machines, we don't think those ones can come up again.
Over 14 Hilux vans and some private vehicles are currently not working.
Water enter the brake bus, all the brake bus, no one good. Only the fuse bus,
The resident electoral commissioner, Ubo Ifaga, says the over 450 voters' cards yet to be collected and information gathered from the last continuous voter registration exercise are, however, safe.
They are not kept here in the office here. They are in the various local government areas. We finished the first quarter registration, the CVR, in July, at the end of July, and those information are already in the systems at the headquarters in Abuja.
For now, there is no power supply as generators were also soaked in the flood. In Benin, Agatha Egwaruju, NTA News.
Talking security, Ogun State Command has restated its determination to rid the state of all forms of crime. This was when the police paraded some suspects, including syndicates that allegedly specialize in rituals. The Commissioner of Police, Ahmed Ilyasu, again warned criminals to leave the state or face the full wrath of the law.
Items recovered include assorted charms, reptiles, fresh and dried human parts, which were displayed to the newsmen. The Commissioner of Police, Ahmed Ilyasu, while parading the suspects, said the breakthrough was as a result of the command's determination to ensure that the state remains safe to live and do business.
We have sworn to that. Any criminal that comes in, we'll track him down, and definitely, if we arrest him and found any crime assigned to him, he is going to be diligently prosecuted.
He commended residents of the state in the fight against crime, which he described as being very successful. Some of the paraded suspects include 2 men suspected to be ritualists. The Commissioner of Police reassured residents that there will be no hiding place for criminals, as men of the Special Anti-Robbery Squad and other officers of the command have been deployed to all nooks and crannies of the state.
And troops of the Operation Crocodile Smile have commenced a 3-week exercise in the 6 Niger Delta states. The General Officer commanding 6th Division, Nigerian Army, Port Harcourt, Major General Enobong Udo, disclosed this while addressing troops to signal commencement of the exercise. Major General Udo said the operation is not a show of force, but a confidence-building patrol that seeks to reassure the people of the area that the army is ready to work with them to ensure peace and security, as well as rid the states of cultism, militancy and kidnapping. He added that the troops would carry out patrols with the police, FRSC, Nigerian Immigration and other security operatives in the area. In other news, key players in the agricultural practice have agreed that the sector can again become the mainstay of the nation's economy if efforts are channeled toward mechanization and provision of credit facilities at reasonable interest rate. This was the consensus at the grand finale of this year's Afe Babalola Agricultural Expo held in Ado-Ekiti. Michael Olale reports that a 73-year-old man won 1 million naira as the best farmer of the year.
The interests of Nigerians in agricultural practices, in line with the diversification agenda of the federal government, is the objective of the 3-year-old expo, which has so far empowered about 100 farmers financially. Its role in reducing hunger and famine was demonstrated as 3 farmers from the 16 local government area of Ekiti State received cash donation of 150,000 naira each, while 73-year-old Suleiman Balogun, a farmer with 40 years experience in agricultural practices, went home with 1 million naira. Ariafe Babalola, who advised them to make judicious use of the money, echoed the need to accelerate agricultural development through the provision of mechanized farm inputs.
To go to farming by using cutlass and hoe, like my father did, it's like going back several years back. You need modern equipment.
We are also partnering, like in other states are doing, with the Central Bank of Nigeria in a program called Accelerated Agricultural Development.
We brought Google down to ensure that these farmers are well connected to where they can have additional grants and funds.
The uniqueness of this year's exhibition is the linkage it has established between the farmers and the corporate entity in Ado-Ekiti. Michael Olaleye, NTA News.
The Pension Transitional Arrangement Directorate, PTAD, is advocating a first land charge for payment to the nation's senior citizens as a way to addressing inconsistencies on pension matters. Chairman Senate Committee on Establishment, Samuel Polka, stated these are the first stakeholders forum in Abuja. Adebola Brooklyn Sunday has details.
The forum brought together members of the National Assembly, Nigeria Labour Congress and permanent secretaries. The deliberation centered on how to make payment of pension a top priority using the first line of payment approach that will ensure that pensioners are paid their entitlements before salaries of workers.
Because these are men and women of integrity that have put in their best, in their primes, to the welfare of this country.
We cannot address the issue of corruption in our body politic if those that have served diligently are not treated equitably and also given the best of attention.
We also have as an objective in the office of the head of civil service to develop a post-retirement information system and provide a liaison for retirees of the civil service.
While addressing the forum, Executive Secretary of PTAD, Sharon Ikeazo, said pension payment for the month of September has been made to pensioners under the defined benefit scheme.
We must treat our pensioners with empathy and dignity. We sing in our national anthem, the labors of our heroes past shall not be in vain.
I want us to give the PTAD leadership a round of applause.
The event, which also have in attendance representatives of the police, customs, immigration, prisons, and other federal parastatals, also featured a scorecard presentation of the Executive Secretary's 1 year in office. Adebola Brooklyn Sunday, NTA News.
Now, acceptance and care for the needy should be the responsibility of every Christian, as charity is not an option, but an injunction from the Holy Bible. This was the central message as Christians in Nigeria joined the rest of the world in 400th celebration of Vincentian family. Basi Taikbang reports on the essence of the celebration, which started in 1617.
Was it that in 1617, a Catholic priest, Saint Vincent de Paul, while preaching at a church in Châtillon, France, cited a very poor family and asked that his congregation attend to their need. This gave rise to the inauguration of Vincentian family with the aim of attending to the services of the less fortunate in the society.
What we are doing basically is charity. Charity, looking at it from the perspective of the gospel, the perspective of our Lord Jesus Christ, that we should assist the poor.
We see these persons in our families, in our communities, in our churches and mosques who need our help.
In Nigeria, this year's celebration took place at the Queen of Holy Rosary Pro Cathedral, where Archbishop John Cardinal Onaekan charged Christians to uphold the virtue of the day.
And it just means then that all of us should have some ears and some eyes for those around us. Everybody tends to be only looking at those who are rich. We don't look at those who are poorer than us. A day like this means we ought to have an ear and an eye for those who are looking at us and say, oh, what a wonderful, how lucky he is.
The Vincentian family is composed of 225 branches of various religious bodies and is present in 80 countries, including Nigeria, with the sole aim of assisting the needy and providing for the poor. In Abuja, Basi Taikbang, NTA News.
Thank you, Basi, for that report. And now let's take you all the way to Monrovia, where observers on ECOWAS mission to Liberia have been admonished to adhere to their code of conduct of the mission to maintain the credibility of the regional body in strengthening West African democracies. The briefing forms part of activities to ensure a smooth observation mission by the ECOWAS team, Omojola reports.
Election day closes in Liberia. The head of ECOWAS Observation Mission and former Ghanaian President John Dramani Mahama admonishes observers to conduct themselves in manners beyond reproach, adding that the success of the forthcoming October 10 presidential election will speak a lot to the seriousness of the region in building credible democracies.
As our work and reports will be critical in shaping international perceptions about the outcome of the elections.
Liberians themselves are strongly eager to see October 10.
The ECOWAS Commission expresses its sincere gratitude to the government and people of Liberia for the warm welcome they afforded us, the members of the Election Observation Mission.
We are confident that the election on Tuesday will be as historic as we all expect the election to be.
To ensure international best practices, among others, the need for the observation mission to give attention to women and people with disabilities participation also came to the fore. In Monrovia, Liberia, Omojola, NTA News.
And now let's update you with the very latest in sports. Nigerians are still basking in the euphoria of the Super Eagles qualification for Russia 2018, but say more needs to be done as Roller Sports Federation of Nigeria concludes national trials for First African Speech Skating Championship. Adeola Mokivia reports.
The Super Eagles' victory over the Tripoli Polo of Zambia on Saturday in Rio made Nigeria the first African country to qualify for Russia 2018. This victory is still eliciting positives from football stakeholders, but with a charge for the technical committee to perfect some grey areas.
As a colleague, I will say we need to work on our central defense area and in our striking area.
Give the coach a free hand to really pick the good guys.
If they can muster their courage and put in more effort, I think we can go a long way in Russia.
Meanwhile, Minister of Youth and Sports Solomon Dalung has attributed the Super Eagles' victory to hard work, determination and sacrifice, adding that having qualified for the World Cup, attention should now be shifted to the 2019 AFCON qualification campaign. Match day 1 of the 17th Lagos Governors Cup tennis tournament was disrupted by heavy rains as the tournament officials postponed the preliminary matches till Sunday. Meanwhile, some foreign-based Nigerians who were representing the country speak on the advantage they have over others.
I have just maybe a bit more strength than them. I have a strong serve and a strong backhand, and my service is really good, and my defense is also really good.
Nigeria's Haruna Quadri has won the men's singles event of the IWTF Challenge Polish Open. He defeated Japan's Kai Yoshida after 6 sets to become the first African to win an IWTF title outside the continent. The Nigerian Modern Pentathlon Federation Local Organizing Committee Chairman Francis Ogboro has assured Nigerians that the 2 international competitions, the Youth Olympic Qualifier and the African Senior Championship to be hosted by Nigeria in December, will be hitch-free.
Within the next 2 months, I have no doubt that we'll be able to come up with the balance of money so we require for this great event.
The 2-day national trials of the Roller Sports Federation of Nigeria to select 15 skaters to represent Nigeria at the first African Speed Skating Championship comes 6th to 11th December 2017 in Lome, Togo, ended Sunday at the National Stadium, Lagos.
Subsequent training will be going on for us to still keep them in shape.
The competition is slated for 6th to 11th of December 2017. With Sports Update, Adeola Omokibi, NTA News.
Just time to remind you that you can watch this news live online via the NTA mobile app, which you can download on your Android device at the Google Play Store or at the Apple Store. That's if you use devices with iOS. This is NTN Network News, and I am Joseph Johnson. Newsline, your Sunday Tonic magazine, comes up after these short messages. Please stay with us.
From 1967 to 1970, Nigeria went through a horrifying civil war. It didn't matter who was wrong or right. Everybody suffered. Those who fought that war say it should never happen again.
So a lot of people will say, but you were leading the first one. Yes, I led the first one. I don't think a second one is necessary. We should have learned from that first one. Otherwise, the dead would have been to no avail, would all have been in vain.
The words of our elders are full of wisdom.
This is a public service announcement brought to you by NTA.
Rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun. Three little birds pitch by my doorstep, singing sweet songs of melodies pure and true, saying, this is my message to you. Singing, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Singing, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright.
There's no limit to what you can do with data. With Nigeria's widest data network, it's amazing what you can make happen on MTN.
This is my message to you.
Nigeria is a strong emerging world economy with a population of over 170 million people. With the diligent work of the Standards Organization of Nigeria, in line with the federal government's economic diversification agenda, SON has put in place accredited laboratories to ensure that made in Nigeria products meet international standards and ready for export. SON regularly conducts products registration, certifications, factory inspections, monitoring, a metrology laboratory to get accurate measurements, while SONCAP checks the conformity of imported products and the SON Legal Act to prosecute offenders. Don't sell and don't buy substandard products. Before you buy, look well. See something, say something, or call these numbers. SON, improving life through standards.
2017 Convocation and Commissioning of Abwed Ultra Modern Hospital. 28 October, 10 a.m. Convocation Lecture. The place and continued relevance of private university in Nigeria by Professor Peter Okebukola. 11:30 a.m. Commissioning of Abwed Ultra Modern Hospital in partnership with Astor of Dubai and Abbott Laboratories, USA, to provide international healthcare. 12:30 p.m. Fundraising and endowment. 7:30 p.m. Founders Dinner and Awards. 21st October, 10 a.m. Convocation of 864 students and the conferment of honorary degrees on Professor Peter Okebukola and Dr. Douglas Jackson of Project Cure, USA. Expected guests from the Presidency, National Assembly, American Embassy, Ministers of Health and Education, NUC Executive Secretary, Professor Rashid Abubakar, Registrar, Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria, Dr. T.A.B. Sanusi, Supreme Court judges, all the judicial staff, members of the bar, vice chancellors, traditional leaders, and dignitaries from USA, Dubai, India, Britain, Denmark, and Nigeria. Upward, providing the missing link.
There is a reason Africa is called the new frontier. What was once potential is now an opportunity ready to be seized. Once revered for our resources, today's wealth lies in our people. People who build the cities that shape the future. People who know an idea in one place means business in another. A generation for whom technology means there are no borders, no boundaries. We are the new lions in a brave new world, kings of the urban jungle. And there's a bank that puts the world in our pocket and the future in our hands. UBA, Africa's global bank.
Eat fish at least twice a week, including a portion of oily fish. Fish like mackerel, sardine, fresh tuna, salmon, and catfish are a source of omega-3 fats, which can help protect the heart against diseases. But remember, pregnant women or breastfeeding mothers shouldn't take more than 2 portions of oily fish a week.
Per oil sachet, now at 80 Naira.
Thanks for staying on the line. Now, it is the maiden edition of what is tagged Fashion Rebirth, and it took place in Abuja. The aim, Ugufan Jaji, who was at the event, tells us, is to bridge the gap between Nigeria's creative designers and the boutiques, develop homegrown talent, and initiate multilateral business relations. Tell us all about it, Ugufan.
From the hair pieces to the colorful display of fabrics, intricate tailored pieces, and rich display of creativity, one gets the sense that a rebirth is about to take place. Models getting set to light up the runway, makeup on fleek, guests settling in for the big night. An assemblage of fashion enthusiasts and connoisseurs. The aim is to put Nigerian fashion designers on the global map, flood the boutiques and shops with Nigerian tailored outfits, and create an enabling environment for upcoming fashion designers to access loans. The runway is dominated by brand names you definitely are not familiar with. However, these designers brought the very best of their creativity to bear. Kiddies also hit the runway to endorse their commitment to a fashion-conscious, dynamic Nigeria. Convener Vivian Zadok talked about the need to embrace and encourage the Nigerian brand, pointing out that business indeed is not without sweat.
For you to get perfect finishing in sewing, as good as what is obtainable in other climes, you must have money, because there are the machines that do this work. You can't access them as somebody that is just starting. So financing is very key, but we also need training.
What I've seen here tonight is probably first of its kind, where Nigerian fabrics are being used for virtually any kind of fashion, from different pattern to different editions, but all of them are Nigerian based.
For Mudassir Ibrahim, his passion emanates from the colorful, unique fabrics of Africa.
I'm creating a brand which is fighting cultural imperialism. I'm trying to say that you can wear jeans, but you can wear it with Ankara. They have snood all for winter. Now we have it in Ankara. Imagine traveling out and you are flaunting your Ankara poncho, snood, and muffler. It's just spreading the African gospel.
Guests also challenged Nigerians, particularly boutique owners, to begin to look inwards, as this will create job opportunities and encourage talent.
You just saw Nigerian designs are super fabulous. Now, when you hear the word waka, what comes to your mind? The pidgin word for go, right? Well, this is not the case in this case. This is about a Nigerian Broadway musical tagged Waka. It was created by Bolanle Austin Peters in Nigeria. The family-oriented stage musical is a potpourri of comedy, dance, drama, and live music. Let's see how Eya Igboyi presents it.
As part of the activities to commemorate the 57th independence celebration of Nigeria, a Broadway musical tagged Waka the musical play hits the stage in Abuja. The show, which was put together by Bolanle Austin Peters, is a play about the trials, success, and experiences of young graduates with various backgrounds.
Ngozi, I mean, look around you. This place is basically prison, and I am done with school forever.
It featured one of Nollywood's finest, Bimbo Manuel, amongst other rising stars.
In the office, so that I can have a good area view of the issues that confront you good people of our state.
At the end of it all, the guests guests agreed that the show was worthwhile.
I'm just impressed. I mean, this is the kind of thing you enjoy more in Lagos, Ibadan.
It shows like the contemporary culture and what people believe and what people want to expect for the country. I really liked it.
The brain behind the musical, Bolanle Austin Peters, expressed her joy over the success of the show.
I'm very gratified because it's the one thing is to put together a good show, but the other thing is to get people to come and watch your show.
Waka the musical, which ran from 23rd September till October 2nd, 2017, is the first Nigerian-produced musical to hit London's West End.
We believe in Nigeria and the promise she holds, and that one day we'll shine like the sun.
So much talent on one stage, Waka is a must-see. This event was organized by ambassadors of Nollywood. It was to give honor to whom it is due and at the same time showcase Nollywood's commitment as a professional filmmaking industry. And what better time to do this than when Nigeria celebrated its 57th anniversary as an independent nation. Let's hear the details as reported by Abdul Malik Adiu.
This event aptly illustrates the milestones so far achieved by the third largest filmmaking industry in the world.
Recognition to you and say congratulations.
So we want to recognize them, we want to appreciate them. The award is not just an award of recognition, it is also an award of responsibility.
Poised to improve and consolidate on its gains, these practitioners are using this medium to reawake Nollywood as an agent of social, economic, and cultural change in Nigeria.
The politicians are talking. A lot of people don't even watch the politicians. They prefer to even watch movies to relax themselves. What they are struggling to do as change, we will bring it into picture and give it to the people at home to take.
Because specialization, you know, creates a better output. It creates, how will I say it, professionalism, which is what we all yearn for.
For now, the future, we think Nollywood is taking us to a place. The destination is very, very clear and very positive.
Over 20 practitioners received the Nollywood Ambassadors Award. Among them, NTA's Executive Director Program, Wale Koka, was honored as Media Personality of the Year. Ken Eriks and Esther Audu carted away the Best Male and Female Actors of the Year 2017.
I feel very elated. I am honored. It's a very huge pleasure to be chosen the best amongst the rest.
It is my honor to support that aspect of industry. I've done my own bit and I keep doing my bit. I will continue to do my bit to ensure that the industry get to the peak we are anticipating. We are not.
The event brings to knowledge how Nollywood has come of age as an instrument for strengthening national unity and cohesion. In Abuja, Abdul Malik Adiu, NTA News.
And congrats to all the awardees. It is an annual event of the Old Girls of St. Louis College, Kano. They organize a food fair which also doubles as an awareness forum for healthy eating. The fair is held in Abuja, and this year the Old Girls ensured that it coincided with the celebration of Nigeria's independence on October 1st. Bosede Abel tells us that the fair was tagged Unity in Diversity.
Double celebration for St. Louis College Jos Old Girls Association slogan as they marked the 57th anniversary of the college, as well as Nigeria's independence at River Plate Garden in Wuse, Abuja.
St. Louis girls are heavy chicks. If you see them, you fall in love. If you see them, you fall in love.
The annual food fair, which was tagged Unity in Diversity, saw the then Class 88, some now grandmothers, displayed various indigenous delicacies from some of the geopolitical zones of the country. With the aim of raising funds for a cooperative, the association was supported by family and friends who came to spice up the day in their unique ways.
As slogan, we're trying to tell people that when you have finished school, you still have something to do for your school anyway. So we're encouraging education, girl education.
Some of us have not seen for almost 40 years, but we are seeing ourselves today, so it's a very happy day for all of us.
Very happy. It falls on an Independence Day, and it's an annual thing, and it's a time we get to come together with our families, our children, friends. You meet your classmates.
It's significant that we're having our food fair on Independence Day. It gives us a lot of reasons to celebrate our unity in diversity and Nigeria at 57.
In the spirit of the celebration, these girls couldn't conceal their joy. They sang, danced, and took lots of pictures.
Saint-Louis, Saint-Louis, Saint-Louis girls are heavy chicks.
This one there by Old Girls of St. Louis College, Jos. Remember, you are what you eat, so eat right. It's doable. Giving back to an alma mater couldn't have been better defined than the gathering in Lagos of distinguished old boys of Government College, Ughelli. They gathered to raise funds for infrastructure development of the college. Musa Toliat witnessed the event and reports that it was the 6th National Annual Dinner of the Old Boys Association of the college.
They came from all walks of life to appraise their positive impact on Government College Ughelli and to consolidate on infrastructural development of the college. Having raised and judiciously spent more than $250 million on refurbishment of infrastructure, the leadership of the Old Boys Association says there is more to be done to take Government College Ughelli to an enviable height.
We're asking Delta State government to have a board or something for schools like Ughelli so that we can have some contribution to how the school is being run.
It was, however, a happy reunion between the Old Boys and former Nigeria's ambassador to United Kingdom, Christopher Kolade, who taught in the college 60 years ago.
I thought some of the people here tonight in class, if you think they have done well, some of them have moved on to become professors and all kinds of other things. Well, it means that I did not do too much damage today.
There were endless goodwill messages from dignitaries present, including the governor of Lagos State, Akinwumi Ambode, who was represented at the event.
I strongly believe that we owe it its duty to give back to the institution which contributed to the success that we achieved in life.
A lecture on impact of ICT in sustainable education was an integral part of the GCU National Annual Dinner.
It is time now to refine knowledge into intelligence and make intelligence to propel into intellectual property to be able to build the global technology trends.
High point of the night was the official launch of the college magazine, The Marina. The National Annual Dinner also featured award presentation to outstanding old boys who have contributed immensely to the upliftment of Government College Ughelli.
It's easy to forget your foundation, which is why we heartily commend the old boys of Government College Ughelli. Thanks for staying on the line till now. We'll take a break and come back to celebrate with those who celebrated during the week.
Not
all washing powders are the same. Sunlight adds bursts of freshness to cleaning power to give you Sunlight 2-in-1 for sensational cleaning and freshness that lasts and lasts and lasts. Sunlight 2-in-1, sensational cleaning with burst after burst of freshness.
To maintain a healthy blood pressure, avoid eating too much salt. Overconsumption of salt increases blood pressure, which could damage the heart. Once you get used to the taste of food without added salt, you can cut it out completely.
Power oil sachet, now at 80 Naira.
Welcome back. Erisco Foods Limited has all it takes to contribute meaningfully to the gross domestic product of Nigeria. So says the Chief Executive Officer of the company, Chief Eric Umofia. It was at a media parley in Lagos where he insisted that federal government's economic policy should favor indigenous manufacturers for the economy to thrive. Musa Toliat reports.
Executive Officer, Erisco Foods Limited, Eric Umofia said the economic policy of the federal government, which necessitated the release of executive orders, can be applied to help monitor and identify the forex needs of indigenous manufacturers. He said this will go a long way to strengthen the manufacturing sector and address youth unemployment in the country.
Fake and substandard food are more dangerous than fake drug and AIDS put together. They kill more. And we're here to help Nigerians to eat what is right for them, not what they thought is right. We have all what it takes, or it will take, being Nigerians, to deliver this economy as fast as possible. Doesn't want to hear what we are saying.
The Erisco Foods chief executive, however, lamented the continued release of forex to foreign companies, which empowers them to import frozen fish, maize, and tomato paste in retail parks to the detriment of some indigenous manufacturers, including Erisco Foods Limited, which has more than 2,500 Nigerian youths in its workforce.
We have more than 25 products now. No support. CBN continue to provide foreign exchange to people. That is importing the same thing we are doing in Nigeria here. How can people buy made in Nigeria?
According to Chief Umofia, despite the challenges posed by forex allocation mechanism, there is light at the end of the tunnel as a consortium of Asian tomato paste producers is willing to partner Erisco Foods Limited to build the world's largest tomato paste plant in Nigeria.
Uncle Borrow's fund is a good one. It's working well because the President backed it up. The President supported it. And if they extend it to many sectors of the economy, it will improve. I need just 10% of what the type of support they are giving foreigners. I will do wonders for this nation. We have been within 10 to 12,000 people now, but unfortunately we're employing within 2,000 and 2,500 because of frustration that we've been imposed upon by our regulatory agencies.
Moving on, the Canadian High Commissioner in Nigeria says Canada is set to explore investment opportunities with strategic partners in Rivers State. Deputy Canadian High Commissioner to Nigeria, James Christopher, said this at an investment-seeking visit to Belema Oil, an indigenous oil exploration company operating in Rivers State. Onengiye Fineface reports.
Belema Oil operates OML 55 with wells, fields, flow stations and installations in Idama, Robotkiri, Belema North, Joka, Nda and Boni Terminal, all in the Niger Delta region. The company operates with a vision to be at the forefront in harnessing hydrocarbon resources in Nigeria and beyond through the utilization of cutting-edge technology that is sustainable, economic, environmentally friendly and socially responsible. The visit of Canadian Deputy High Commissioner to Nigeria, James Christopher, to Belema Oil illustrates the company's eye for global dominance while operating with local consciousness.
You're also seeing how safe the environment is to also to demonstrate to other venturers that come in and begin to make presence in River State. And we are also happy to say here that we will be very, very okay to partner with investors from Canada to come in and then form a strategic alliance with Belema Oil and other service providers that are also looking forward to building their competence base.
James Christopher, Canadian Deputy High Commissioner, observed that the Niger Delta is safe for business investments and, more importantly, that Canada has a huge window of opportunity to exploit in the partnership with the company.
We've come, we've seen, we've met, we've talked, we know more about what's happening with your company, but also what's more importantly happening in the area. And I look forward to coming back and certainly further discussions with yourself and others in Port Harcourt about those mutually beneficial opportunities I know we can all take advantage of.
Belema Oil, in driving its community-centered wealth-sharing model of operation, has raised the bar of sustainable development projects to include interventions in potable water, electricity with gas-to-power options, access roads, education support schemes, skills acquisition, and job creation for its host communities.
Next up, it was 50 years ago that Chevalier Damien Udwehi and his wife Esther took the marital oath to be man and wife till death. 50 years down the line, their love for each other is still waxing strong, having been through thick and thin together. They are grateful to God as they celebrate landmark. They rode out the drums. For how the rhyme sounded, here is Philomena Ubebo.
The marriage anniversary attracted dignitaries, including politicians, captains of industry, top government functionaries, and clergymen from far and near. Archbishop Akubieze and the Bishop of Auchi Diocese, Most Reverend Gabriel Duna, presented Pope Francis' written message to the couple, blessing and wishing them more years of happiness. The couple, in thanksgiving, moved to the altar to appreciate God for the gift of life, beautiful children, grandchildren, and coming out strong from the trials and challenges of marriage over the years. Delta State Governor Senator Ifeanyi Ukowa is proud of them.
I believe and hope that parents begin to take time to care for their children. That is the only way we can have a Nigeria of our dream.
Long life, more celebrations.
God haven't started with them and kept them to this very point in time, so continue to uphold them.
I wish them many more happy years full of this kind of love, blossoming more and more.
They will start again as they started before, with more blossomed love and even continue to look younger.
I wish them to see their children also receive this type of love in their marriages and to grow strong.
If you have two great minds, there will always be some differences. Settle it. Know your limits.
So when you turn to God, you put your trust in God, everything looks easy. Even things that are unsurmountable.
Mr. and Dr. Esther Udwehi, who are from Emeura in Owan West local government area, were the first couple to serve as permanent secretaries in the defunct Pende states. They are Catholic Knights of the Order of St. Mulumba.
"50 hearty cheers to the couple. Here's to another 50 in sound health." It was marriage waiting to happen the very day Isebike Campbell and Daniel Igbenedion set eyes on each other. After 2 years, it was time for them to publicly pronounce their love for each other and tie the nuptial knot. The marriage ceremony took place in Benin. The groom is a son of one-time Director of Administration and Training, Ogogo Igbenedion. Steve Leona Niva Okolo reports.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
That was the solemnization of the holy matrimony between Isebike and Daniel Igbenedion as they exchanged the marital vows under the supervision of one of the officiating priests. And thank God for a successful marriage solemnization. The bride was, however, inducted into the fold of the Catholic Women Organization, CWO. The event shifted to the reception hall, where the husband and wife were ushered into the hall. Chairman on the occasion, Mr. Alan Omorogbe, advised the newly wedded to learn to support and trust each other to enable the marriage succeed. The couple cut their wedding cake, performed the first steps of feeding each other, and did the couple dance. Zebige and Daniel, as well as their parents and relations, give insights into the marriage.
She has shown herself to be a very good person, a very hardworking person, a loving person, and a very kind woman.
He's been phenomenal since I've met him. A very loving, patient, kind, caring, supportive person.
I thank God for my life, my eyes. I've seen this one. I've just married this one. I look forward for more.
They should continue to love and tolerate themselves and show understanding and compassion by the grace of God. I wish them a very happy life together.
Holding on to the Lord, they will be good. And I advise outsiders, third parties, not to interfere. With two of them alone, they will stay long and remain happy.
Love, patience, prayer, the sky is the limit.
To look at the future and being very bright, because as a team, they will stand to win.
The couple, who are both accountants, met 2 years ago in Benin City.
Congratulations to the house of Igbeneghu and their new in-laws. All the best to the bride and groom. And from Mina in Niger State, Rose Gia brings us this report of a mass wedding. It took place in a rice-producing community in the state where 20 young farmers tied the marital knot after a bumper harvest. This community is called Kanko. Rose, over to you.
9 kilometers south of Wushishi, the headquarters of the council area. Bumper harvests by farmers are usually followed by investments in projects like building, roofing, and purchase of vehicles. 2017 is not different, but with colorations of events that made the hitherto sleepy Kankwa village to become a mecca of salt to traders and farmers from adjoining communities who have come to witness a mass wedding of 20 youth farmers to their heartthrobs. The 20 young men, most of whom hold senior school certificate and have been supporting their parents on the farm, decided to marry same day alongside naming of 44 children born within a planting season. Yours truly was curious to know why, from the district head and the lead farmer in the district who say money answereth all.
The reason why we conduct mass wedding is because you can't celebrate without money. The period of recession is over. So with bumper harvest this year, we decided to celebrate marriages and namings same time. This administration is supportive of farmers. Farming activities have made us self-sufficient and reduce importation. Farmers are happy with the government of the day.
While traditionally brides are not seen in the public before solemnization, yours truly caught up with the traditional rites of one of the brides, Amina Mohammed, being taken through marriage process. That was Amina being blessed and advised by the old women in the house amidst sobbing, a perceived indication that she is a virgin, expressing apprehension of transformation from spinsterhood to womanhood, symbolized by the smashing of a local pot. According to Islamic rites, imams led by the chief imam of Kanko, Malam Usman Aliu Kanko, conducted the joining of the 20 couples whose dowry ranged from 12,000 naira to 15,000 naira. Few grooms speak about their brides and the day.
Today, I guess I'm very happy for the thing that's happened to me today. I'm happy today. Happy marriage.
Cooking and eating characterized the day as virtually every home had one occasion or the other, as 44 children were also celebrated. Their celebrations at designated points.
That was a remarkable mass wedding there. Congratulations to all the couples. When we return from this break, we'll talk about people internally displaced by Boko Haram insurgents. With peace back in their communities, most of them have returned home. What is their situation? Stay on the line.
Unemployment, notably youth unemployment, features strongly in our party's manifesto. We intend to attack the problem promptly through revival of agriculture.
The 30K is going a long way. Actually, I bought an acre of land for 60K like 2012, and presently I have a cassava farm and a yam farm.
I'm a loyal mother, so I support my family in every way I can, in maintaining a healthy diet, in your lifestyle, in sports. You see, Fulcrum Loyal Milk is rich in calcium and helps to build strong bones and teeth, helping me and my family stay strong and healthy. So when next you're shopping, remember to show your loyalty.
Hate speech is not a joke. It incites genocide and crimes against humanity. Most of Africa's civil wars are caused by hate speech from one tribe against another. We don't want it here. The Nigerian government stands firm against hate speech.
I was distressed to notice that some of the comments, especially in the social media, have crossed our national red lines by daring to question our collective existence as a nation. This is a step too far.
One nation bound in freedom, peace and unity.
Nigeria, one nation, one people.
This is a public service announcement brought to you by NTA.
The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, is working to ensure access to safe, good quality essential medicines with the World Health Organization pre-qualification of made in Nigeria pharmaceutical products, stiffer penalties for fake drug offenders with a review of NAFDAC laws, national, regional, and international collaborations, cutting-edge technologies, including the mobile authentication service,
the production and distribution of counterfeit medicine and adulterated food products have negative impact on our health and economy as a whole. I urge all Nigerians to support NAFDAC in safeguarding our health. God bless Nigeria.
Let us support NAFDAC to win the war against fake drugs and other unwholesome regulated products. NAFDAC, safeguarding the health of the nation.
Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, Sir Ahmadu Bello, Chief Obafemi Awolowo.
These patriots worked together to achieve independence for one united Nigeria. Although some may say Nigeria is a mistake, we all know that the Almighty never makes mistakes.
God has not made a mistake by bringing us all together in the way that He has brought us together. God has put us together here so that we can build a community that will be an example to the entire world.
One nation bound in freedom, peace and unity.
Nigeria, One nation, one people.
This is a public service announcement brought to you by NTA.
To have you back. When the Boko Haram insurgents devastated communities in the northeast, millions of people were displaced. They were sheltered in camps in Adamawa and other states. Now, peace has returned to their communities, and about 1 million internally displaced persons have returned. The state government intends to close the camps before January next year. Hearing this, Sami Sirogo embarked on a journey to the camps to witness firsthand the mass return and ponder on what awaits them back home. Here is his eyewitness report.
Beautiful story unfolding in Adamawa State, and I think it is worth telling. Now, for the purpose of the story, I should like to start from here. This spacious place you see. Up to the year 2013, this place used to host members of the National Youth Service Corps who have been posted to Adamawa State. It is the orientation camp of the NYSC in Adamawa State. But from the year 2013 up to the end of the year 2016, the place was overtaken by IDPs that were coming from most part of northeastern Nigeria. In fact, at the peak of the insurgency, this place was hosting as many as 13,000 internally displaced persons from Adamawa, Yobe, and Borno states. Today, the picture is different. The IDPs have gone back home. The place is taken over by the NYSC. It is the triumph of the return of peace to the northeast that Adamawa is seeing valuable infrastructure reclaimed from IDPs and combated for national development. Damare is only one of the camps. There are 12 other camps reclaimed as the exit from the IDP camps intensified across Adamawa State. Makoyi camp, on the other hand, still harbors IDPs, but they are special. Most of the IDPs here are from a side of Goza, where it is not yet safe to return. There are children too, like these ones, who came to the IDP camp unaccompanied. They don't know where they come from. They don't know who their parents are, and they are not given to clear speech. Even so, only about 2,000 IDPs are at Makohi now. At the height of the insurgency, it never carries anything short of 10,000 people.
Do with the IDPs, we realize that, yes, we've had an insurgency. Yes, we've also suffered some of the effects of this insurgency. It has pushed our people to be in the IDP centers, but as long as you maintain IDP centers and you're constantly just allowing the international community to come here with spaghetti and rice and so on and so forth, and then local efforts will be bags of rice, blanket and so on, you will never ever solve the problem. So
it is a masterstroke that many of the IDPs, for fear that they will not find anything back home, decided to stay with their host community. They are not IDPs now. They are pre-citizens of their new environment. There is this case of some 5,000 people who settled at Damari camp after they have been weaned. They were given free land by their host community through government intervention to build houses. These are the houses. Obviously, because they have no resources to build, support organization built a tent for them. But the host community assigned farmland to many of them who can farm. They also offered them free access to their health facilities, water supply and school systems. In fact, more than 100 pupils of this primary school are from the new settlers.
The information given to us or directly given to us from our local authority, we should not collect any single kobo from them. But as far as they are part of the community, they have to pay the PTA fee, which is 15 naira only per term.
From Yola, I made the long trip to Michika. There is something about Michika. It is one of the 5 local government areas in Adamawa State that have been mostly affected by the insurgency. And in fact, when the insurgency was at its peak, all people of Michika evacuated to an ADP camp in Yola. Mercifully, they are back home now, and they are picking up their lives again. But then, how is life in Michika after the life at the IDP camps? There is no single family that have not moved out of Michika when the insurgent attacked the town. They all have stories to tell. Lydia Ndindimi was managing life with her retired soldier husband and 7 children at Michika. The day the insurgent attacked Michika was the day she last saw her husband. She's a disabled person. So when the attack came, somebody backed her up to a mountain top here. She stayed there for 7 months before she was transported to IDP camp in Numan.
After 30 months in IDP camp, she is back home now, reunited with her children, but not with her husband. He is yet to show up. As she returns, life is such a big trial for her. Her children are small, can't do any work. She has no skill and no job. Her children are out of school because she cannot pay fees. What to eat is even more challenging. When they get, they eat, but spend many a night hungry. For the people of Michika, they may have lost people and property, but they are coming back to a promise of bumper harvest. They will not starve. More than anything also, the air of peace around everywhere here. There is no fear and anxiety any longer with the people.
And we hope to check on them from time to time and serve you feedback. Now, not many Nigerians know that one commonly trivialized form of greeting capable of promoting national unity among the over 200 ethnic groups in Nigeria is what Mohammed Abdul Kadri in Lagos calls the patriotic handshake. As you wonder what this might mean, Mohammed is set to download this easily trivialized hidden national treasure, his own way of commemorating the nation's just concluded 57th independence anniversary.
In Nigeria and countries the world over, from Turkey to Arab-speaking Middle East and to the West, handshake is a common form of greeting that originated as a gesture of peace that the hands hold no weapon.
Handshake, also known as desiosis, was traced to the ancient Greece around 5th century.
I grew up to see it as a way of life.
You feel happy to greet someone by having a handshake.
To people of diverse culture, callings, character, class, and creeds, it could be a way of promoting peaceful coexistence nationally and internationally.
When you're positive about handshake, you will see it will bring unity. It will bring unity and a lot of different things that you can't even think of. So I see excitement in it, and it's amazing.
All we need do is to really appreciate each other and believing that we can live together with peace and understanding.
Others may see it from a different perspective.
The prophet said, it is better for a man to be struck in the head with an iron needle than to check an opposite sex.
I shake hands with people, both male and female, to promote what we call peaceful coexistence.
Handshake is also a mechanism to broker peace among families, friends, and relations. Beyond the simplistic socialization value of handshake, at times like these, when drums of separatism is sounding in parts of the country, its inherent positive sides, like promotion of friendship, comradeship, and relationship, should be harnessed to change the narrative that will propel unity and love among Nigerians. Observers say managing handshake is necessary to stay healthy, away from monkeypox that broke out in Bayelsa State and the unhygienic fallout of handshake that led to the spread of Ebola in Nigeria in the past.
Whether you are Hausa, whether you are Yibo, they will say, Falumaka, automatically give me your hand. Fellow Nigerians, join me in prayers to actualize a simulator order to have a landmark handshake with President Muhammadu Buhari in the Aso Rock, from where I intend to jet out to have the same handshake with President Donald Trump to prove to the whole world that Nigeria has indeed come of age and well united.
After shaking hands with both presidents, Mohammed may hesitate to wash that hand. May his dream come to be. That was a nice feature, by the way. Now, we love to showcase our cultural heritage on this program. This one is about a festival of the people of Arochukwu in Abia State. It is called the Ikeji Festival. It is an annual festival that captures the rich culture of the people. Chief Dimma Ndubisi was at the festival, and here is our eyewitness account.
Yes, indeed. The Ikeji, a festival that has existed over 100 years, is one held in high esteem by Arochukwu people. It attracts sons and daughters from within and outside the shores of the country. And they don't come alone. They come in with friends to the historic kingdom seen as the cradle of Igbo civilization to be part of the New Yam Festival.
Aruchukwu is the epicenter of Igbo culture.
We have settlements all over the country and beyond. We even have a settlement in the United States.
We come home for the New Yam Festival. It is the end, not just of planting season, but the end of the year and the beginning of another.
To thank God for infinite mercy for the harvest.
The embodiment of whatever thing we're celebrating today to show that yes, a diversification of the government that's being preached towards going back to agriculture is being promoted.
New Yam festivals are not uncommon in Igbo setting, but that of Arochukwu comes with a difference as it lasts for 2 weeks, featuring various events like the Ekebe, which showcases procession of that traditional institution of authority, the Ebe, and its quintessential value to life, societal harmony, and development. Traditions and customs are at their best, shown in the decorations, attire, and dance moves by troops from the 19 villages of the community. Some steps there, but I tell you, it's for a reason. A competition to win the grand prize of 100,000 naira. Besides promoting the Arochukwu people's way of life, building good neighborliness, friendships, and partnerships is what this festival is all about. That's why neighboring communities are always invited. And of course, the Ohathia people represented their turf well with the dance they are best known for, the war dance.
What we come here is to preach peace, unity.
A thriller is how this festival is described by all. In fact, it's believed that if the festival is well packaged, it will not only attract national but international attention for foreign direct investment.
It was quite entertaining. Thanks for sharing, Chimdamba. Still showcasing Nigeria's rich cultural heritage, we move to Ile-Ife, where Rotimi Akamo reports that the age-long Olojo festival has taken place. The ancient town of Ile-Ife was agog with celebration as indigents were joined by people from all walks of life to mark the festival. Let's see it.
It was an exhibition of different types of Yoruba culture and heritage, where the celebrant of Olojo Festival, Oni of Ife Obade Yogunsi, together with prominent people, watched with rapt attention. The peak of the festival was the appearance of Oni of Ife in his full regalia with his beaded Ari crown as he led sons and daughters of Ife to Okemogun and Niger shrines for prayer for Yoruba land and the entire nation at large.
This renaissance, this revigoration of our culture, our tradition, as a point of contact to everybody across the entire country, for us to live in peace and peaceful coexistence, and to live in harmony, for all of us to work towards how this country can forge ahead.
People who came from far and near to watch this year Olojo described the festival as unique.
And to see the Olojo, the festival, integrated to Olodumare for Ogun, for the festival of Ogun.
The festival, from my understanding, is one of the most, if not the most important festival, not only in the whole of Europe.
Culture is the cradle of humanity. African culture has caused humanity to reach where it reached today.
Olojo is an annual and historic festival in Ile-Ife, where Oni of Ife adorned the beaded and sacred Ari crown, which appeared to the public ear once in a year.
A remarkable festival, you would agree. Running off nicely, we'll go on the last break. Stay on the line for what is up next.
Nigerians. Suicide bombers are not spirits.
They are not ghosts. They are human beings like you and me. They live amongst us. They are your neighbors. They are your friends today, but terrorists tomorrow. So you must know your neighbor now. Security begins with you and me. Know your neighbor. Be vigilant. Be security conscious. Report suspicious persons, objects, and movements to the police and other security agencies. The security of our nation is a duty for you and me.
If you see something, say something. Nigeria, unite against terrorism. This message is brought to you by the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture.
You will love this. When Paul Ogaji went to watch the Boxing Hall of Fame match in Lagos, it was to enjoy fine boxing. It was an all-female boxing match. Being the curious person that he is, Paul observed from the sidelines that some people were passionately cheering one of the boxers and giving her instructions on her next move. Paul made inquiries and found out that the caregivers and instructors were members of her family. What did Paul do with that information? Let's find out together.
Attention, I was told, is 26 years old. Her name is Aishat Oriyomi. And guess what? She is a mother of two. That is not all. I was told that she is Nigeria's #1 in the 51-kilogram class. On this particular day, her bout against Felicia Adeniyi at the 84th edition of the Boxing Hall of Fame in Lagos was intense. Her footwork in the ring in this bout became the toast of many spectators as they cheered and urged her on. Two people among the spectators I got to know were Aisha's father and husband. They forming, we may expect a knockout and straight there. It was interesting for me to know that Aisha's father, Kamaru Yusuf, was a boxer in the 70s, while her husband, Michael Oriyomi, is the current national champion in the 75-kilogram class. With such strong men behind her, Aisha did not disappoint as she gave a very good account of herself, beating Felicia Adeniyi. Good left, still from Aisha. Oh, beautiful combination there. Trying to finish up on the bell. End of it. Of course, we told you, Aishat Oriyomi. Although boxing runs in Aisha's family, she did not start the sport until she got married. Strangely, it was her husband, Michael, who encouraged her to take up the sport after the first baby in 2009.
He asked me maybe I can box, I can try it then. I tell him that I can do it.
I used to see some female fighting. That is why she's my wife and I introduce it to her.
Interestingly, Aisha and her husband, Michael, have the same coach.
If you look at them at the gym, they are working as just boxers, not like husband and wife.
We all know that it is near impossible for a husband and wife to live together and not have misunderstanding that may turn physical. This got me thinking, what would happen should Aisha and her husband got physical following a domestic disagreement?
Boxing have rule and regulation, so you can't fight anyhow.
Even on the street, on the road, a boxer cannot fight there. Talk less of husband and wife. You cannot do so.
Proud of their daughter's exploits, Aisha's parents say they always make out time to watch her fights.
It's not a kid in the box again. So you don't take many championships.
The first time I see her, so my body don't shake it here. She give my baby blow.
Aisha's second child, named Goodluck, who is 2.5 years old, is already showing signs of toeing the line of the parents. Back to the boxing couple. Will you believe that sometimes Aisha and Michael are sparring partners? In 2012, Aisha won the gold medal at the Eko National Sports Festival.
I want to move forward to go to Olympic and Commonwealth Game. Then I'm very sure that if I reach there, I'll be a good girl to collect gold.
What's a family? One thing is certain, no one in their right mind would mess with them. Now, the wife of the president, Aisha Buhari, has condoled with the family of Air Vice Marshal Mukhtar Mohammed, who died recently. Mrs. Buhari described late Air Vice Marshal Mukhtar Mohammed as the tribalized leader. Aliyu Mukhtar reports.
The wife of the president and her entourage was received at the Malam Aminu Kano International Airport by the governor of Kano State, Abdullahi Umar Genduje, alongside his wife, Dr. Hafsat, and proceeded to Nasarawa GRA, the residence of the deceased. While at the residence, Ms. Buhari expressed her condolence to the wife of the late Air Vice Marshal Mukhtar Muhammad Hajarabi and other family members and prayed to God to grant him eternal rest and give the family the fortitude to bear the loss. Prayer was offered by the members of our entourage.
He was a leader, he was a mentor, and he always believed in one Nigeria.
The death of our dear father must have been a very heavy blow to the family.
It's very painful. It's a very sad moment. I ask that God in His infinite mercy to grant them the fortitude to bear this great loss.
I believe that his good works while on earth will earn him paradise.
In the meantime, the wife of the president paid a similar visit to the family of the late Ali Amaraya, who until his death in 2016 was the vice chairman of the All Progressives Congress, APC, in Kano State. Mrs. Buhari has since returned to Abuja. In Kano, Aliu Kabir, NTA News.
His soul rests in perfect peace, amen. Starting tonight, a late-night talk show tagged Ali Baba Seriously will debut on the network service of the NTA at 11:30 and showing every Sunday night, same time. All NTA stations are expected to hook up. At this juncture, we say thank you for staying on the line all the way. We'll be back next week, God willing. It will be a harvest of very interesting stories packaged just for you. For now, good night and God bless Nigeria.